I'm coming at you with a massive attack. I'll leave you flat on your back. Smack you with my mind intact. Go frontal pop, snap and crackle. This is a blitzkrieg, son. Sit down, I already won. Punishment has to begun. Just let me reload my gun of ones. It's time to get off my pitch. Here I can help you with this. My shadow fring got a shiv, and he likes when you resist. Time to be quiet, don't snitch. I love the thrill of the risk. All day I spin like a disc. You know it deep in your soul. It's in your blood to roll. Bet every dollar you own. It's in your blood to roll. Man, this boy's out of control. It's in your blood to roll. You got some dice to roll. It's in your blood to roll. You know it deep in your soul. It's in your blood to roll. Bet every dollar you own. It's in your blood to roll. Man, this boy's out of control. It's in your blood to roll. You got some dice to roll. It's in your blood to roll. It's in your blood to roll. It's in your blood to roll.
Hello, and welcome to a REBBL playoffs match. Very exciting. We have a classic Blood Bowl matchup. Chaos versus Orcs. Porky versus Dalinar. Porky is at home, and he has the security gate, so there'll be no riots and no pitch invasions. He has a pretty disgusting team. Only one bench, but he has 1, 2, 3, 4 Claw Mighty Blows. One with Piling On. Piling On a Warrior is a bit unusual. Often it's the Beastman. No, 2 with Piling On. He's got a Piling On Beastman and a Piling On Warrior. Very scary. He has 2 legends on his team. He has the all normals Beastman. I think mutation is mutation normals. No, mutation. Yeah, mutation is normal. So it's all normals Beastman, but still like one of the best pieces in the game for having all normals. Juggernaut tackle, block, piling on. Claw, Mighty Blow, maybe Jump Up instead of Juggernaut would be optimal there, but Juggernaut is still a great skill. Yeah, Strength 5 Tentacles, nasty, good anti-agi piece, although probably not going to get much use of Tentacles in this game. Ridiculous ball carrier. He's got a Super Vampire Legend. So 3 legends on this team. Jesus fucking Christ. Agi 5, Strength 4. The only downside is he's quite slow. But apart from that, it's a ridiculous piece. Dirty Play, Wrestle, Guard with a Niggle. Kind of interesting. Block Guard, Mighty Blow, Dirty Player, some line fodder. 1970 TV, very nice. And I think I've already cast a... Oh, fuck me. Why does this thing never fucking work? Never, ever, ever works. Is it orking around, but is it with the K? Ah, it is. I was going for the Warhammer Fantasy Battle spelling of orc. So comparable team value. 12 players as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 12 players as well. No troll. Troll might be a decent player in this matchup, I think, with regen. Strength 5, but no troll. Missing a blitzer. But otherwise, he has a pretty good team. Slow ball carrier, all normals, I think. No, dodge is a double. But, blodge, kickoff return, accurate leader. So he's dropped a reroll because he has leader. Which I guess means he plays him on defense as well. I'd be tempted to bench a player like that on defense, particularly against Chaos. He's got just Agi 4 Blodge, Blitzer, very nice. Good for cheeky dodges, retrievals, that sort of thing. Maybe the odd passing play. It's got one piling on Mighty Blow, and then everyone else is very similarly skilled, so probably has the slight edge on guard and on Mighty Blow. Stand Firm is good in this type of matchup. If your opponent doesn't get the knockdown, you can lock them in against Black Orcs. So he'll get some inducement money, so he can induce a bribe, but he doesn't have a deadly player. Could scum a wizard for a little bit of cash, I think, which would be an idea. But we'll see what he does. I'm just gonna drag Blood Bowl off to the side, so there are no spoilers. I don't know how to actually like put up a spoiler thing that like blocks the thing in game. There's probably a really easy way of doing it that I just don't know how to do it. So we're already 15 minutes in. Hopefully we haven't missed too much in terms of gameplay and exciting happenings. Okay. I'll turn off stunning skills, since I'm just going to assume everyone has block. So inducement wise, we have just a Babe by the looks of things. A Babe and an Apo. Babe and an Apo. So it's a bit defensively minded. I don't really love inducing Apos when you could induce something a bit more fun. Like a bribe. So walking around, chose to receive. So taking offense versus the Orcs I think is a good move. Because if you've only got one bench, if you take a drive of chaos, odds are pretty good that you're going to be decimated. So just taking some LOS blocks now. So got Babe. And Apo. Can you say spoilers? If it's been 2 days, then yeah, I think you can spoil round of 32 matches now, Noobster. I think 48 hours is the rule. I'll switch view so we're going up as the Orcs. My game is tomorrow at 8 UTC, 20 UTC. So no removals for the Orcs. It's a bit disappointing considering they were punching Armor 8 with Mighty Blow. This, I don't think he'll follow this. Doesn't want to pile on probably. Yeah, nice safe turn for the Chaos here. Hello, Danger Side Forever. I'm assuming you are the very same Danger Side.
I am indeed the very same Danger Side.
How you doing?
I'm very good, thanks. How about you?
I'm alright, yeah. I find my engagement with the off-season is a lot better when I'm in it.
I just heard you're playing tomorrow, was it?
Yeah, playing Lizardmen from my div, and they beat me in the main season. So
so a grudge match.
Grudge match, yeah. So I can see Orcs basing up all of the Beastmen, which I think is pretty smart. They're using their guard effectively if they're in a big conga line of orcs. Could see a foul here, maybe. Got a... Oh, no, probably not. Just a 1 assist foul. I kind of like this by the orcs. They're taking up a... They're kind of enveloping the chaos a little bit. The chaos occupied quite a narrow part of the pitch. So they're going to have to scramble to defend that flank.
Yeah, because right now the orcs can go pretty much either way. So
yeah,
they really need to spread out.
I think on your offense, you want to commit to a flank as late as you can. Because it's a lot harder to defend the whole width of the pitch. So if you stay in the middle, you sort of grind up the centre for a few turns, you'll often be able to just wait until your opponent commits too many players to one side. So we've got opposing conga lines, which I like. You don't often see 7 players in a row facing basically 7 players in a row in parallel lines.
But it does kind of feel now like this a side has potentially opened for the orcs, right? On the right.
Yeah. They the chaos didn't really they're not really prepared to stop this. They gave up a block there because they failed to dodge. Mighty blow. I don't know if mighty blow was used on that. No, just incredibly good armor and injury dice. Yeah, you'll see. I don't know if it's necessarily good positioning, but it is some sort of positioning when you have all of your pieces in a big line with with loads of guard in the middle, because it's just hard to get 2 dice blocks except for the low value pieces on the end.
And the orcs are moving quite well and pretty quickly too.
Yeah, I don't hate this. It's a lot easier to kind of camp in near your opponent's end zone and then score if the removals go against you, rather than being in the middle of the pitch and then having to do a dicey score. He won't want to score before turn 7 or 8. I don't think the Chaos could 2-turn that well. They do have a great ball carrier, but very low movement on this team.
Oh yeah, look at that ball carrier.
Yeah,
that's a beast.
It is literally a beast. So we're going to see a piling on here. Ooh, and rewarded. So we might see a counter foul. That's a big piece to foul. So the orcs comfortably within scoring range can form a full cage around the ball carrier and then take a blitz on that beastman and go for a foul here. There's no lineman in the area, unfortunately, unless you're going to make a dodge with bad track. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no GFIs, but you do. I mean, you're going to disconnect that guy anyway. No, it goes for a different target. It goes for the dirty player. I think it's fair enough. Slightly higher value target. No foul though, I don't think.
It doesn't seem like it.
They've already lost a player, so any send-offs would be eating into valuable bench. Or valuable, I guess, valuable 11 players on the pitch. Tents. So Tents generating another Claw Mighty Blow hit for the Chaos here. That's why it's a good kill skill, Tents. Could just generate you free hits.
Oh, Tentacles is the worst skill in the world. I hate it,
Yeah.
but it does do a good job, I guess.
Yeah, it does feel a bit overpowered sometimes when, because like Chaos and Nurgle, they already have all the good toys, and then they also get the best anti-agi skill in the game.
I always get sad when I forget that Tentacles also works on jump. Or on leap, sorry.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think it's any voluntary leaving of a marked square next to the tentacles guy. So I guess it might trigger on shadowing as well. Not really sure. Although I think shadowing says like you can move in regardless of any other things. If anyone knows the exact shadowing tentacles interaction, let us know.
I think tentacles specifically says dodge and leap, so it shouldn't impact shadowing. Because shadowing isn't a dodge.
You're not wrong.
But we need more shadowing. We need to put it to the test.
It's true. How do you feel about shadowing as a skill?
I mean, I've yet to pick it on my wood elves. I think I might pick it for fun at some point. I did play in the 1 Minute League as a dwarf team whose gimmick was every player had shadowing.
Right.
And it fired off more often than you think. Like a death roller with shadowing is kind of fun.
What's the movement on a death roller?
I think it's 5 or 6, so it's not the worst.
Yeah. So nothing from the free hit. But he can blitz probably that cage corner lineman, I would guess. Although he's kind of blocked his path a little bit. We are caught up now, so the turns will be a bit less frenetic.
Which is kind of nice from a commentating perspective.
I don't know. I wish all Blood Bowl was played at that speed. You get a game done in 20 minutes.
That is true, but have you ever watched Trunk or Shamba when they've done one of their big casts of like 5 or 6 games in a row? It's a bit much.
Yeah, I've seen some of the Trunk GMAN Mondays casts.
Last playoff postseason, I think he did 5 or 6 games in one stream.
Wow.
And, it was impressive, but I think he was slightly mad by the end.
Yeah, normally you need like one absolute hero that just does all of the playoff casts. Could have rerolled that. I think not getting a lot of equity from your rerolls for the rest of the half. Looks like the drive's pretty much done. The dwarves are going to camp out here.
How long do you think they can realistically stay without scoring, though? Because it starts to get a little bit busy.
Well, they could like reform the cage 1 square over twice, so they could do that on turn 5 and 6, and then score on 7. I think. I mean, they are going to get sniped off, but like the LOS hits, you can't avoid the LOS hits either unless you choose not to score.
Yeah, it's not too bad right now. They're only going to be giving up the blitz mostly, so the claw can only do so much damage.
Yeah. No real high value targets here except for the dirty player, maybe. I don't think there's going to be much fouling in this game.
Oh, nobody has a bribe, do they? Oh well.
No, both the benches are out already. I really hate like going below 11 players. I get a bit like tunnel visioned about it. It's probably like if you're down a zombie, it's not that big of a deal, probably. But I really like being at full strength.
I was about to ask you what team you're playing, but then I remembered. I remember your team.
You do remember my team? Yeah, absolutely.
I do. It was a sad time.
That I mean, I had two really. Yeah, I had to win at least one of my last 2 games, and you were the last game of the division. It turned out I didn't actually need the win, but you got some absolutely atrocious stuff. It wasn't even close.
You could have given me a win, Dave, but no.
There are no free wins in REBBL, unfortunately. Yeah, this is what I thought he'd do. He'll cage up here, and then he can cage up 1 square over next turn, score on turn 7. Would you rather hit a really good Chaos Warrior with Mighty Blow, or a kind of meh Beastman with Dirty Player? Because there should be you should be able to calculate the expected value of the hit So like the team value of the player multiplied by the chance of removal. So he is going for the hit on the Chaos Warrior here, which I like. He has to base up 2 non-Mighty Blow Beastmen to do it.
I was thinking maybe he'd have a go on the Beastman down in the bottom left corner, the killer.
Yeah, he can't get through, unfortunately, unless it's with a lineman.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I missed. There was a Beastman hiding
Yeah,
behind
no,
some skills.
I thought that. But it's a very, very, very narrow, very, very thin screen, but he is screened off. Then we're going to see 6 orcs in a big square here. Gets the POW. Yeah, I think that was a reasonable choice. Giving up 1 counter hit, because if you do get a Chaos Warrior out, it's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, that ball's looking pretty safe. Can't imagine anybody trying to come around the end zone, because that's just asking for a surf.
Yeah, I mean, even like a blitz and base wouldn't really work, because I don't think you can get a stand firm piece next to the ball carrier to force the dodge. It would just be too much of a commitment.
At least that's one skill you don't see on Chaos too often. Sidestep. Oh, just imagine a sidestep warrior, or that'd be sweet.
I reckon stand firm's better than sidestep, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of sidestep though, to be fair.
Ah, well, I am very elfy, I guess.
Yeah, I just feel like sidestep is like pick which square you want your player to get knocked out in. Particularly on agi teams, you're like, ooh, I get to choose where my War Dancer gets fouled.
Oh, but it's perfect. You know, it makes the foul a little bit less optimal.
You say that.
Or gives you some runaway options.
I guess because it's low armor pieces that tend to have sidestep, so it doesn't do a lot for me. It's just like a bit meh. Agi skills need a buff.
It's a shame that elves apparently are a little bit nerfed in 2020, but that's okay.
Yeah, they are very much nerfed. I think they were in LRB 6 or Bubble 2 rules. I think elves are a bit too good. I think like wood elves have got like a 60% win rate or something. I think Eternal Leagues is slightly different. I think, but in a one-off game, I reckon elves are probably heavily favourites most of the time.
I'm glad you added the Eternal League caveat, because otherwise it just means that I'm definitely doing something wrong.
Well, in an Eternal League, you've got to survive as well as win the game. Ooh, that is a random no block, no mighty blow, no claw, KO. That hurts when that happens to you.
Yeah, that's a big deal too. That's a nice piece that's ours.
Yeah, he's going for the block here. I like this. He'll probably pile this on as well. Looks like he is. Justice done. I always like to say that they'll probably be back with KO rolls, but I've been wrong in the past.
Well, they do have a babe on the Orc team.
The Orcs can stall another turn here. I think I would...
You think so?
Yeah, the cage is fully formed. There's no,
yeah.
It's not based at all. Unless he commits the strength 5 now. Which he could. I think the Orcs will just chill here for another turn. They could even put the ball carrier in the back right corner.
So let me see if I remember correctly. So you're going to be playing against Lasker, I guess, then, if you're playing against Lizards.
I am playing Lasker, yeah.
I never got the chance to play Lasker. Our match fell when I was away on vacation, so I never had the pleasure.
Well, Lizards against Woodies. Particularly, he's got 3 Mighty Blow Tackle Saurus. probably would have been a brutal game.
Yeah, 2B was a bit of a brutal league in general, division in general.
I think GMAN has just become just incredibly bash oriented. There's so much Necro, so much chaos. Although we're doing really well in off season apparently. I think GMAN are having a good off season so far.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, I put that down to my own personal skill, obviously.
Now, interestingly, and I don't want to jinx it, but so far we only have 6 Chaos signups for the next season in GMAN.
We're at 269 signups so far.
Yep.
According to the old doodad on my screen.
109 for GMAN and only 6 are Chaos. So the Dark Elves are outnumbering them, so okay,
Wow.
It could be a fun season.
Could be a fun season. How many Necro though? That's the killer.
Oh, there are 7 Necro right now.
Not so bad. We might have a small season. I think we could be having a smaller sort of off season next time around. Because when like half your division goes to playoffs, it's a bit of a anticlimax. Ooh.
Yeah, it's tricky. I'm a big fan of the more the merrier, but you're right. It makes it a little bit less crucial.
Yeah, I think it's important that it feels earned. I think it was like 5 or 6 in Div 1. It feels a bit on the high side. Yeah, so I think maybe Porky could have done with putting a bit more pressure on the Orcs.
Yeah, like, I mean, they
might even be able to stall another turn unless he's prepared to commit. They are in a very pleasingly small area of the pitch, though. I can zoom right in. Finally see all those character models.
And those blades of grass.
Yeah, indeed.
The last match I casted was on Elf Turf, which I hadn't seen recently.
Oh
I
yeah.
forget what it looks like.
It's awful. Looks
and
awful.
nobody even really did, and there weren't even many GFIs, so kind of a waste.
That is a shame. The Wizard Dome, I've got the mod roller thing that I use for the custom pitches. There's a special mod to get rid of the Wizard Dome because that atrocious.
Oh, nice.
So he's basing up this turn. The Orcs could probably still stall a turn. Looking at it, he didn't blitz with his Claw Pommer, which I don't like. I think I would have liked to see that be the blitz.
Yeah, like the Orcs can just bash these guys away if they want to, if they're lucky.
Yeah, I think the Chaos have got just enough players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They could get a guard beastman in a really good spot, and then they can base up the other side of the cage. But the Orcs can just kind of do a cage right in the corner, I think. Yeah, I think this is why I would have been using my rerolls a bit earlier on some of these hits, because both coaches have not rerolled anything. You want to get some equity from your rerolls.
Oh, I guess Chaos are saving it for their long bomb pass touchdown plan.
Well, true, yeah. I guess they could still use a reroll on this turn. Yeah, they're getting their guard in good positions here. This will probably force the score, you would think.
I think so, yeah.
I can't even see how the Chaos are going to get. The Orcs are going to get 2 die. So.
Ooh, pressure.
Yeah, and that's a guy with tentacles, so you really want to get a push on him. At the moment, they have a 1 dice. They can just stand up the Orc and get 2 dice here. They could move the Beastman to be awkward. But it's still not that awkward. Although you would, I guess you'd need a dodge maybe. I don't know, we'll have to see.
He's definitely made life a little bit harder for the Orcs.
Yeah, I think they'll be forced to score this turn. I don't think they can disconnect all those players safely. Or take 2 dives or anything.
Yeah, I haven't really got enough blocks.
Yeah, that's where I thought he put the Beastman, but he's just going to stand up the guard here. Punch with the 1 Orc. And follow, and then you can blitz with the ball carrier. Just need a push, and then you can score here.
Oh, so many skill icons.
Yeah, I think there's is there a scoring hit? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. No, there's no scoring threats for Porky. I think he could have spared a Beastman that turn and run them down the pitch. Because you could, set up for the quad skulls, right? If you do get the ball loose, having a scoring threat, like scoring on your opponent's drive, is absolutely devastating. Almost always game winning. So I would have been tempted to have a scoring threat. You got to think 3 turns ahead though. So that was a hit that gets guard next to the tentacles. I'm not sure he's got a 2-die yet, but I think he can manufacture one.
I think he needs to stand up that lineman too.
Yeah, he probably should have stood that lineman up a bit earlier. There's possible surf here if he's cheeky about it. So we've got 1, 2, +3, -2. Yeah, it's not only a half die at the moment if he stands up that lineman. He'd be a very, very good player to surf. But I don't think it's worth the risk. Not who I thought he'd blitz with, but does the job nonetheless. He can get another 2 dice hit with piling on Mighty Blow on a Beastman. Yeah, so you can get 2 Mighty Blow hits on a Beastman and run it in here. So I think he'll do.
Seems like your prediction is correct.
Yeah, Porky will give himself 2 turns to score though. Don't reroll that. Please don't reroll that.
No, you'd be so... Oh! Oof.
Oh! Okay, that was dumb.
The greed is real.
You really want to hit a Beastman, but at the same time, 3% chance of just losing your own drive. So, moderately successful for the Orcs. The 2-turn is definitely on, and I think they would be wise to go for it in playoffs. But losing that... Is that a Black Orc? Yeah, losing that Black Orc is going to hurt them. One fewer guard. A Mighty Blow.
I mean, the 2-turn is still hard work though, right, for Chaos here.
It kind of depends how the Orcs set up. So the Chevrons would make it... So they're doing some sort of guard stacking thing. Some sort of Chevrons sort of thing. Like a bowl. Or a U.
It's one big chevron.
It is, yeah. Yeah, so this is, it's congested in the center, so it's hard to go through the center, and then because you can only set up 2 players in the sidelines, it's hard to blitz through the sides. But you are exposing a lot of good players, and a quick snap here would be really, really bad in terms of attrition. I don't think the Chaos can score very easily because they would maybe need to do a pass, turn. Yeah, they need to do a pass, I think, just to get the ball on the Super Goat. But yeah, you are literally exposing every single player on your team.
Yeah,
It just doesn't feel good.
And moving the Black Orcs back is interesting because Vegnas the Blitzer is kind of a nice target now.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple. There's only piling on. Is exposed and a good target. There's Trahag, the Agi 4 Blitzer with a niggle, and whenever I see a player with a niggle, my eyes light up. Oh, I was doing a cast with T-Self maybe a week or two ago, and he said that because overtime is so advantageous for the team that receives, that he thought it'd be good if at overtime you didn't have to set up on the LOS as the defense. What do you think about that as a suggestion?
That could be spicy.
Because I can't think of like a fair way to balance it that isn't just massively, because the advantage of the LOS hits is just so huge, and holding the ball, unless you get a really bad kickoff event, it's just so good. Because I think most teams, even like a shit team, can score in 8 turns. If they just grind on the pitch. Like Khemri and Dwarves can score in 8 turns, but if you didn't have the LOS hits, it'd be a lot closer, I think.
Yeah, no, that could be interesting. Also interesting here is the Chaos setup. I'm a little surprised it's quite so concentrated.
This is just a full murder setup. They're setting up for the quick snap here. They're going to get the guard into all those lovely spots, take maximum claw hits. They're not going for the 2-turn. Because I think they would have to stack one of the flanks for that, which they're not doing. I guess they're probably going to hit those blitz. I think they'll hit the Agi 4 Blitzer. That would be my guess. That would be who I would hit.
Oh yeah, nice if you can do it.
Yeah, I think setting up for the quick snap here is pretty good. Get lots and lots of claw hits in. A blitz would be interesting here, because there's nothing stopping the Orcs running into the other half.
Yeah, a blitz with the right kind of kick.
Yeah, kick in the sort of middle of the park, and then in range of the Agi 4 Blitzer or something would be very spicy. Yeah, I don't really love this setup from Porky. I think you should set up. There's no riot and there's no pitch invasion, so you aren't going to get more than 2 turns. So you might say, okay, it's pretty unlikely given how the Orcs are set up. But I would still, you could still just make your blitz one of the Black Orcs on the edges and try and get like a sideline cage scoring threat with 3 goats and still take the rest of your LOS hits. So you could kind of hedge both situations, if that makes sense. And one of them might give you a touchdown.
Yeah, it does make sense. All right, here we go.
Oh, thanks, Eldar. Who got the fame as well? Porky got the fame. I'll write +1 fame. on Borky's side, so he gets the thing on his side as well.
It's killing time.
Yep. So kickoff event was just a free reroll. So no extra spicy quick snap hits. Probably still blitzing that Agi up blitzer though. There's a Kaz on a line orc.
I think you have to let that stand.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Power Apo. Love it. I think I can see that, the wisdom behind that, because the odds of you withstanding the next drive when you already start off with missing a line orc is pretty low. So
I fear for Trahag now though.
well, he's playing for the win. Good for him. Trahag has not been killed yet.
Ooh.
Oh, no justice. Mighty blow in reverse, not doing anything. So now the orc has some good hits here. Based piling on Mighty Blow guy next to the Strength 5 warrior. And yeah, based, so 2 base guys, and then he'll get a blitz somewhere as well.
If you don't mind some GFIs, you could even have a punch on the ball carrier in the back.
I think now that I've used my reroll, I do mind the GFIs, but yeah, you could have the blitzers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need an assist, which would be more GFIs. I think the ball carrier is probably just about safe.
I think you're right, but I dare to dream.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a fantastic piece to remove, obviously. So I think we'll see a blitz on Ye Olde Chaos Warrior. I think, yeah, we'll blitz the Trish Star Bag. We didn't have a quad skull. We had a greed reroll into dub skull on the chaos turn. And they've completely eschewed the ball. Hello, Springus Dingus. That's a fantastic nickname. You should be very proud of yourself. It was, I mean, they decided to not go for the 2-turn in overtime, which I think they could have still committed some players to doing, but they decided not to, went for pure removal. It sounds a bit like that song in Mary Poppins, Chinchirrin Boy. That's what I think.
Yeah, Chinchirrin Boy, Chinchirrin Boy.
Continue. Yeah, so the Chaos committed purely to murder. They set up for a quick snap, basically, to get some extra hits on some nice orcs, but they didn't get it, and then they greed rerolled. A bit lucky not to suffer a removal, to be honest, because it was a greed reroll against the Mighty Blow player, which could have removed your best killer, which would have turned this match on its head. But as it stands, I think the Chaos are very much in the driving seat. Claw, Mighty Blow, doing Claw Mighty Blow things, drawing the Apo already, and removing a Black Orc. Yeah, it took a long time to make a decision to move there, which I'm not quite sure why. It seemed like a pretty obvious turn to me.
Oh, you know, one man's obvious sometimes requires a bit of decision.
Yeah, I suppose. So he can... what can you do here? He's got some chain push shenanigans, surely.
But to what end?
Yeah, exactly. I think you can chain push the strength 5 into more of your players so you get a better hit on them. Or at the very least you can move your guard next to the strength 5 so that you can get a 2 dice with Mighty Blow and piling on.
Oh,
Yeah,
looks
so
like it.
Yeah, you follow this. Now you've got a good hit here. But you've already used your reroll. So just both down.
Sad times.
Yeah.
All right, it's Chaos Punching time.
Yep, Chaos are going to try and get their guard in position so that they can get a hit with the Strength 5. And then otherwise pick their targets here, really. The entire Orc team is exposed. Be tempted to kill the ball carrier here, because they have leader. And you'll be probably taking that Agi 4 Orc out of the fray if you remove the thrower here. In my last playoff match, I thought I was being very clever by targeting the leader underworld thrower, because it was the first half and I was like, aha, like if I kill a reroll, that's really good. He then proceeded to get 3 free rerolls in the second half of the of the match.
Still, you made the right choice, even if Nuffle taunted you afterwards.
I like to tell myself I did, but who knows. So he can pile on here if he wants to. Another great reroll.
I mean, why wouldn't he pile on?
Yeah, he definitely will. No reprisal turn, so no risk here. Maybe he would have gone for the thrower there, but I understand you want to kill a blitzer. Vanity pass on a beastman, I expect. Hey, we got a level.
Oh, very nice.
Do we have level? Yeah, we do have level. Sorry, the UI took a second to update. So it was a pretty uneventful 2 turns of Chaos Murder there, except we did draw the Apo.
Yeah, well, one of the Appos, of course.
Right. Yes. Thank you for... I'm going to cross out Apo now.
Which, of course, does change the whole weight of our conversation about using the Apo. Power Apo makes a lot more sense to me now.
Oh yeah, it makes a hell of a lot more sense. I still like it even if you have only one Apo, because you shouldn't be playing for team preservation in playoffs. You should be playing to get another player on the pitch when you need them. So both teams are fully occupied here, not fearing the quick snap. Again, looks like setting up in a sort of horrible green box. Yeah, I really hate playing against this kind of setup where you've got the stand firm on the corners and there's guard everywhere, so you can't really get assists.
Oh, I haven't really seen this before. That's kind of cool. Yeah, but I understand that would be very frustrating.
Yeah, you see Nurgle and Chaos do it sometimes. It doesn't work quite so well because you can still get sniped by like that Strength 5 Chaos Warrior here. He can still blitz on the corner, but if it's say a double push or a double both down, your guy ends up stuck. So it's kind of a risky blitz. Yeah, I would have set up 1 square further back as the Orcs. I think the quick snap is a real big threat here. Hey, Spring Dingus. Thank you for the follow.
So what do you think the play here is for Chaos? Do you think they want a quick score so they can try and win 2-1? Or do you think... Because I feel like waiting for overtime... But isn't waiting for overtime risky? Or I guess if you kill the opposing team, then it's fine.
Yeah, you kill the opposing team. You spend 16 turns doing it. Chaos always plays for overtime. Yeah, you definitely... No, you're not exactly playing for overtime, but even if you get, say, 5 Cas, which would be really good by turn, I don't know, by turn 11 or 12 or something, why would you score early? Because you're just going to get a chance to get 2-turned and lose.
I mean, Michael's. Why would he learn to win without killing the other team?
I mean, he doesn't need to learn anything. Look at his ball carrier. It's ridiculous. Yeah, he's got pretty much everything you would need on this team, except for maybe like a leap, wrestle, very long legs Saka. That would be a cool addition.
I don't think I've actually seen anybody pick very long legs as a mutation before. Does it do anything interesting to the player models?
What do you think?
I mean, I hope so.
What do you think, though?
Yeah, I think you see that err on the size of laziness.
Yeah.
Or maybe it gives them an extra leg.
I think it doesn't mess with the main kind of player model in a way in a way that you would hope it. Like, you've seen 2 heads, right?
I guess, yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, very long legs doesn't do anything. They just get the skill.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
oh.
Yeah, but imagine like having to make a model for a Minotaur with very long legs. Imagine how depressing that would be.
At the very least, you could give them like like platform shoes, just increase their height that way.
I imagine just because of the way the game is developed, I imagine it'd be quite hard to have a player at a different height than they normally are supposed to be. I think you're right that any other game that makes sense. Going for the ball carrier here. Oh no, not the ball carrier. Beg your pardon. He's going for a quite well worked push hit here. He needs another assist, but he can get that with a GFI or a dodge and a GFI. He can follow this hit now, and he's got the extra assist he needs here. So
but he doesn't.
Oh, of course, because it's strength 4. Sorry, I'm being an idiot. He needed to move that player away so that now the Beastman can assist. Yeah, that's right. Still just pushes though, and he's getting pushed in an unfortunate direction. Yeah, very, very well developed. Blood Bowl is very much a different animal. Dingus. Because you have to... It takes a long time to get your team there, and keeping them there is also quite difficult.
Although, sadly, not that difficult for Chaos, it seems. Or Necro.
Well, Necro have regen, but Chaos should implode more than they tend to. You would think that Chaos would get sniped by like other Chaos teams and stuff. Hey, 50% of the time, regen works every time. Hey, I wasn't in Div 1 last season, Michaels. I think when I played him, I beat him a couple seasons ago. I'm not sure. My Wolf has 470 SPP, roughly. Brainlord. I'm nearly halfway to the secret level. Have you heard about the secret level, Danger Side?
I haven't heard about the secret level.
So, remember how I was saying lazy programmers, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered to make very long legs models. Well, it turns out if you get a player to 1,000 SPP, they get a hidden 7th skill. They become super legends.
And what is the hidden 7th skill?
Oh no, it's just free.
It's nothing.
It's a free skill up. It's another skill up.
Oh,
Yeah. Imagine that.
And do we know because it's happened or because somebody just happened to find it?
I think someone has probably given themselves like admin wins until they've reached that point. And then they've basically, yeah, if you get to 1,000 SPP, you get a free skill. So I'm halfway there almost.
It just sounds like a reason why your wolf really has to die now, as opposed to just needing to die.
No, it's for science. We need to test it. So yeah, really good hit on this exposed killer now, with Mighty Blow piling on. The dirty player is nearby, but it's a wrestle guard dirty player, so he's probably not using it for fouling. Piling on this every single day.
Here we go.
Hey, here comes the Apo, I expect.
I mean, you've got to, right?
Well, it's his choice to make, but yeah, I certainly would if it was me. What am I going to take? I'm going to take Jump Up. There's the Apo. Brainlord, I think, because I should have taken Jump Up had I not taken Sure Hands.
Why, Michaels? I'm reluctant to ask why you would like to know my thoughts on various kinds of pie.
Yeah, you can't say you want to go to the finals if you don't have this guy. Exactly, Ornan. I agree. Alright, I'm going to go feed my cat before he bites my hand off. Give me a sec.
Good luck with that. Alright, guys. Dave's gone. Now the real casting begins. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense about the pie. Well, first up, let's just see what's happening here now. A few orcs moving to the center. Oh, yeah, very exciting. Okay, two bash teams facing off against each other. Nothing much is going to happen now. So let's talk about pie. The bakery near me does a very good citron meringue, lemon meringue pie. It's absolutely fantastic. Although I guess that's more of a tart than a pie. Yeah, France isn't that... Go on.
I'm not taking fucking pie advice from Americans. They don't even put meat in their pies. It's all
well,
fruit,
France isn't a very big pie country anyway. It's more stews and tarts, depending on whether you're looking for savoury or sweet.
Why are we talking about France?
Oh, that's where I am.
Oh, you're in France. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You enjoying the boulangerie?
Too much, unfortunately. Too much. But, yeah.
Yeah, imagine eating a pie without some sort of, like, offal in it. Weird, right?
It is one of the things I look forward to. Nice bit of kidney.
Delicious nephrons. So both coaches have subscribed to the school of, I'm going to re-roll as many greed hits as I want first half. And then second half, because it's overtime format, I'm going to play sensibly. Not give away... Not re-roll frivolously.
Ooh, nobody likes sensible play, although you can't really blame them.
I mean, he is going quite base heavy here, which I don't think he needs to. It's certainly going to be hard for him to form a full cage. Well, no, it's not. It's just he's just giving up a lot of space here. I mean, given they've just lost their killer, if they have another turn go against them, the Chaos might be forced to score sooner than they want here. I mean, if you wail on armor 9 long enough, eventually it breaks.
So I'm just entranced by the pie chat now.
How many digits of pi can you remember? I'll give you the first one.
Oh,
it's a 3.
It's 3.142
No,
something,
no.
something. Oh, really? Oh, no.
No,
Failed
you've
immediately.
rounded. You've rounded on the third decimal place.
Oh, that's as far as I go.
I'm a 3.14 guy. I'm a
Once you get
simple pie lover.
once you get past 4 significant figures, it's just not worth it.
Fair. I'm not sure what my favorite pie is. Probably like steak and kidney, steak and ale, something like that. If you want like a sweet pie, oh, you have to use a special kind of pumpkin, Michael. If you just use standard pumpkins, it doesn't work because it's all tendrily. You have to strain out all the like horrendous pumpkin tendrils. My wife is American and she loves pumpkin pie. Use raw pumpkins. Yeah. If you make them, you need to. It's a pain in the ass though. It's such a bitch making pumpkin pie from scratch.
Yeah, definitely easier with mix.
Get a can of puree. That's what it's there for. Yeah, it looks like there's like some tantalizing chain push plays, but there really isn't.
I've just realised nobody in chat has suggested a pizza pie. Yeah, it's for best pie.
Yeah, exactly, Michaels. It's not the same. So we're going to see... I think if we see like a blitz for position here, because the guard warriors are in slightly annoying positions. Shepherd's pie and cottage pie is good. I like pastry though. I'm a pastry man.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't count shepherd's pie or cottage pie as pies. I know it's in the name, but they're not really.
What are they?
Oh, that's a fantastic question.
Casserole?
That's a fantastic... Yeah, kind of like a casserole, maybe a topped stew. I don't know. But,
a stew with a thing on top.
Yeah, but no, in my definition, most of the time, I'd say a pie needs pastry.
I think a pie needs pastry. It also needs to be watertight. It needs to be essentially seaworthy.
I mean, seaworthy without its tin.
Yeah. The pastry itself needs to float. If you were to drop the pie in water,
See, I like my pies dense. I don't want them floating.
You want them to sink. So he's now got a black ort hit with 2 assists, which will be enough to potentially knock over Worm Spine Lip, rather. Oh, Frey Bentos, disgusting. Terrible.
No, I was thinking a pie tin as in a tin that you cook your pie in.
Like a metal.
Yeah.
Metal like case.
I mean, pots are okay as well, but tins are just a bit easier.
So he's doing the conga line of orcs, which I like.
Oh, I have stopped watching the game. I better start get back into this.
No, nothing's happening. Just a load of ineffectual orc hits, and then chaos and orcs just sort of staring at each other over no man's land. It's a bit like World War One at the moment. This game, very much a stalemate. A friend of mine had a Frey Bentos pie for breakfast once, and felt so awful for the whole day.
I do like a chicken and sweet corn pie. That's always a nice change.
No, that's gross. Sweet corn? No.
Ah, yeah. Sweet corn's great.
What with the white sauce kind of gravy?
Yeah, or sometimes a little bit more vegetable-y as well. They're both good.
Yeah, I hosted Thanksgiving yesterday, for some of the American diaspora in London, and my fucking dessert got sick and didn't turn up. They like...
What was it?
I think they were going to bring a pie, but they got sick. A homemade pie.
Oh, I see.
I was absolutely livid.
I mean, they still could have dropped it off, right? You know, even if they couldn't come themselves.
They should have.
Pie, I'm off.
Last year, we had 2 cancellations because of COVID. And both of the people who cancelled had ordered a cake before they turned up. So we ended up with 3 giant cakes, and it was like, like Conditer and Cook, probably like a 40-50 quid cake.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And they didn't show up because they had COVID. So we had 3 gigantic cakes and then like 4 people to eat them. It was amazing. Best Thanksgiving ever. So here's a good hit on the Blitzer here. Gets the knockdown. And I think he has another hit on the block. Black Orc down. Potentially.
We sometimes do Thanksgiving here, depending on which of our friends are around. But because my wife's Canadian, we tend to do Canadian Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's
it's
on a
also
different
my
day,
birthday.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's early October.
Right, yeah.
The food isn't that dissimilar.
Yeah, I am paying the dessert tax for last time doing this. We made apple turnovers here, but we only made like 5 of them, and then my wife insisted that we give them to the guests to take home, so I ended up having no fucking dessert. And,
generosity, boo!
And she ate all the Ben & Jerry's while she was cooking. So I was like, oh, that's alright, I'll just have some ice cream. Nope. Forget about it.
You did pay the tax.
I did pay the tax. To be fair, I mean, it's a reflection of my moral character that I don't deserve dessert, to be honest. So I think the Orcs are feeling pretty happy with this drive so far. They should probably blitz the dirty player, get in the way a bit on that flank, but not overcommit. The Chaos are looking for those Claw Mighty Blow removals, and they're just not getting them. Alright, I'm going to click on the Pumpkin Squares recipe. So if anything good happens in Bubble, let me know.
Will do. But yeah, no, like you say, it's the Orcs are kind of doing the defense that ideally the Chaos team should have done last time. A little bit spread out.
Oh man,
punching well.
There's some good adjectives in this description, let me tell you.
I think can you read it out for everybody?
Of course. Pumpkin Squares have a layer of sumptuous pumpkin filling between a buttery crust and a nutty sweet topping. That's just syllabically a nice sentence to say.
That was very satisfying to listen to as well.
Just sumptuous, buttery, nutty, sweet topping. Lovely.
I think we've got a new ASMR channel going on now.
No. I'm better at Blood Bowl than I am at ASMR, and I'm pretty shit at Blood Bowl.
Says the man still in the postseason.
Well, I mean, it's nearly making my postseason record positive if I get to the final. I mean, to be honest, my team is carrying me. You've seen the team. It's hard to lose some of the games with that when you're playing with that team.
Absolutely. But who's the man who got them there? That'd be you.
Ah, you're too nice. You're too kind. This does look good. I might actually use this recipe. Pumpkin puree is kind of hard to get in the UK though. You have to like order it online, and it's like three quid a tin. Like an angel crapping an orgasm into your mouth. Oh my god!
I never realized that Michaels is a poet.
That sentence is like goes from the divine to the disgusting, and then back to the divine again.
It's I think it's basically counteracted the reading that you just did. Ooh, bit of pile on.
He's thinking about it. Rewarded. I don't love the pylon there because you'd give up a bit of position. Oh, someone at the door. Give me a sec.
So you give up a bit of position, and now your pile-on guy is at risk, is I think what Dave was going to say. I don't hate it, though. Don't think we're going to see any more punching. Well, No, I don't think you can punch. Shame on Red Guts.
I agree with whatever you just said.
Well, I was about to say I didn't like necessarily moving the Black Orc back to the middle because, well, I guess Chaos can't move to the left flank that easily.
No, they've cut off that flank pretty well, the Orcs, so they want to make sure they don't overcommit, have enough players in the middle, make it so that you can't be fully based if the Chaos were to switch flanks. Not the fastest team, this Chaos. Yeah, I really love those literal interpretations of biblical angels, where it's just like a massive Morbius strip of eyeballs or something with like wings randomly poking out of it.
Yeah, I think Bayonetta did a really good job with its depiction of the angels. That was always fun.
Oh, I've not played any Bayonetta games.
It did Angels well.
Did Angels well.
Yeah, it's in the biblical sense.
that just makes it sound dirty. So that line orc is behind enemy lines. Yeah, I think they're relocating back to the center here, but it's a bit awkward. Not got that many players left. Just 9 Chaos, and then a couple of them are really out of position. Yeah, some sort of attempt to switch flanks here.
There are quite a few orcs free in the center there, though. I'm not sure how well that's going to go.
So there has to be a shot at the ball now. Probably, maybe not now. Oh no. Where? There's a chain push that I can see.
Where is the chain push?
So you see the line orc nearest the ball carrier.
Yeah.
If you form a 2x2 square by blocking that diagonally opposite square where the line orc is, and then you blitz into the Chaos Warrior at an angle, you can push that guy and get a 1 die on the ball. Oh no, a half die on the ball, strength 4.
Ah, so you can.
Yeah, maybe not worth doing because of the half die. Oh, man, strength up ball carrier is just so broken. Like, what do you even do? Even if you potatoes, you're like, well, great.
That is a disgusting piece. I love it.
Maybe basing up the ball carrier at the very least would force the blitz to be on a lineman, which would sort of protect your team a little bit, even if it didn't necessarily put much pressure on the ball.
Well, it only forces the blitz. Like, for example, you've got the other beastman just above the ball carrier who can push somebody off. Like, you don't necessarily use the blitz.
Yeah, he's not gone for my play anyway, so which is probably probably for the best. Probably wasn't that good. His Pom is within range of a Chaos Warrior here. If he gets another assist, he's basing up the. Oh, he is basing up a claw. I guess he's already based against that piece. So now he's got a 1 die, but committing pretty hard here, which I'm not sure about. It's definitely going to give the Chaos some opportunities to do things. Although they do have 1 extra player, so they can maybe have a slight strength advantage at the moment if they base up heavily.
I wonder if the pile-on piece is going to blitz into Shaman. Nope, I guess not.
Yeah, it makes sense given he based that guy. You don't want to just leave
True.
the guy stood next to a Claw Mighty. He's got a nice 2-die hit on a naked beastman. Should probably have stood up the piling on if that was his plan though. Probably move his players around in case, you know, he fails something.
Yeah, like move some of those guys on the right a little bit more back towards the center.
Yeah, because if you get quad skull now, it's basically drive over, because it'd be very easy for the Chaos to push up the other flank. You need to relocate your dudes. When's your game with Seb start on? That's all right. It's a good plot. It's a good spot for a guard, but I'd like that piece to be free because he's probably your best safety. Deciding that they can get what they want by heavily basing here. Chaos are in a pickle. They do need to score. And they have 4 turns to do it. That's the old Blitzen base. Like it.
Yeah, nice little bit of pressure. Bit of tackle.
Nice little bit of pressure. Felt like a good turn to go all in on. Chaos Coach looks like he's just taking some hits here. Might just be pulling back rather than pushing forward.
Well, he can take another turn, and if he can whittle down a few players of the Orc team, that would make things easier.
Yeah, he needs to hurry up though. Trusting in the 2+ dodge here. Just a stun. Yeah, he's just going for the hits. I'm not sure I like this. I think this is not the turn to be maximizing hits. Probably needs to dodge the dirty player Beastman and just to bring him round to cover.
Oh no!
Off. Ooh. So he's burned a reroll. He's pretty much committed to this flank now. He's got a lot of players based. He's going for the damage.
And not getting it with that roll.
No. It's kind of backfiring. He wants to do some 3+ dodges still on this turn. Nothing really to stop the Orcs just blitzing and basing the ball carrier again. Well, that's one. That helps quite a bit.
Yeah, and the tentacles might make the Orcs' life a little bit harder too.
Maybe. Always dicey. Yeah, there we go.
Oof.
There we go. That's what you get.
Everybody is now very sad for the Chaos team. Poor Chaos team.
Well, they could have blitzed the ball carrier free rather than relying on a dodge, so they would have had a reroll for that dodge. So I don't feel that bad. There's a very easy base for the Orcs. Maybe even a sack, now that I think about it. I don't quite have the mobility to get around for the sack, but they could probably get a 1-die relatively easily if they wanted to. So that strength 5 is a beast. He's really doing a lot of work protecting the ball carrier. No one deserves pity. Yeah, I agree.
The strength up ball carrier as well. Boo.
Yeah, so you can base with the Lino. I guess maybe a red die with the Black Orc. Because what you want to do is get a guard next to the ball carrier and that guy. But I don't think you've got the movement for it. Yeah, we root for everyone to die. There should be no players left on the pitch and it should just go to kicks.
Well, nobody likes Chaos. Nobody really likes Orcs.
I think Orcs are slightly more beloved than Chaos. They just don't have. They don't have claw, right?
I think that's very easy and very true.
So we can free up another line orc here. With a 2-die splits. Oh, sorry, 2-die block. And then, yeah, he's trying to free up all of his players. Reposition onto that flank. I know. Kicks is the best way to decide anything. Like, custody of your children. Just let it go to kicks. So the orc coach here is torn between maximizing the hits and maximizing the positioning to prevent the chaos score here. And I think they should try and free up as many players as they can to make the score hard rather than maximize mighty blow hits.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know, the punches would be nice, but there's a real risk of Chaos not being able to score.
Yeah, easier to win the game in regular time if you can do it.
What would you think about moving the thrower down to assist on the Chaos Warrior by the ball carrier?
Yeah, still only a 1 dice. Unless you want to get 2 assists, but then it doesn't have stand firm, which I guess is a plus. So you can follow with the Black Orc to base the ball carrier. Yeah, it feels like the Orcs could really put themselves in a game-winning position this turn if they're careful about it. Basing the ball carrier there, I like.
Particularly as this Black Orc is probably also going to base the ball carrier in a second. I hope.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see if he... Oh, it's only a 1 die at the moment. But he can free up another line orc if he wants to. Yeah, I'm not sure. It'll be interesting. I think just a slight removals advantage for the orcs has really swung the game in their favor. I wonder if the Chaos Coach has maybe missed the opportunity to like push very, very hard and get into, like the orcs did on their drive, was to just get into a scoring position early so that you're not... Ooh, a cheeky 1 die. Gets rewarded. Gets the power.
Yeah.
Double base ball carrier here. Yeah, he even has a safety. If he moves his blitzer. I think the Chaos have to force their way down this right-hand flank. Oh no, here we go.
It's on the ball carrier.
Yeah, well worked out.
And down.
Yeah, it was a GFI because it was just movement 5 lineman. Follow this knockdown for sure. Try and get some tackle zones near the ball. Kind of a bad bounce. No armor break is a bit unlucky. It's an easy pickup, but then what do you do?
Yeah, where do you go?
So, chain push, possible. That doesn't really do anything. Yeah, that... hit. I'm not sure that hit gave him much. Just trying to take another hit for no benefit there, really. I would have liked to have that piece be unmarked, the Agi 4. So now that's those 2 Chaos Warriors are actually marking like 5 orcs. So that's not great positioning by the orc player on that block.
Yeah, and you could potentially open up some space for some beastmen to move through there now.
You could, yeah. I mean, there's actually a reasonable kind of potato play. You could pick up with the monster, hand off to the block guard, and then try and make a gap through the middle. It's taking the 2 dice block because it's safer than the dodge. Although it does use up player activation.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that player blitzing to open up some space, but this is okay too.
Yeah, I think he has to score in 3 turns, which is a tough order. You kind of have to potato here. I would potato in this position. But maybe that's just panic.
I would definitely panic.
Yeah. You could blitz with Shagtigors to free him up, but you need a knockdown to make a gap. So it's a bit dicey. But if you got that, then you could do some sort of screen thing, kind of, maybe. Yeah, he's blitzing a hole here.
So kind of the right idea, but
yeah, he's got a free player now. He can maybe do a pass rather than a handoff and just leg it with Shagtigors. Might work. Doesn't.
I was going to say it's a tough pass, but AG5.
Yeah, it'll be a 2+ pass. Yeah, it'll be a 2. I think it will be a 2+ pass. No, maybe not 3+, because he'll have to use some movements for the pickup. Yeah, the pass will get him a long, long way here. If we can get the GFIs and get to this part of the pitch, yeah, I think that's why I would have liked to have seen a safety. I don't like these random 2-dice blocks though. Feel a bit egregious. If you roll a dub skull, you're going to be very sad you don't have that reroll for whatever play you do next. I mean, I love Claw Palm, don't get me wrong. Will we see the pass? The infamous Chaos Pass. I think it's a 3+. Not like old Fluoride. 2+ long bombs.
Having to think about it.
Yeah, I think that Orc, when he ran out of time and he made that block and follow, really put himself in a weaker position than he needed to be, because all of his kind of players that would prevent a potato are now very easily marked. There's the pass. There's the catch.
Success.
Easy game. That Black Orc even has movement 3, so if you get the GFIs here, you're home and dry, almost. There's... The Agi4 is kind of on the wrong side of the pitch here. Yeah. There's one. If he gets the other one, he's very, very, very safe. He can even go on the sidelines here for this GFI potentially.
I mean, it would make a fall a little bit risky. I don't know if I'd do it. But,
yeah, it would make a snake and then a scatter very risky. But I think if you snake it, you've kind of lost anyway. You don't want to. You definitely want to take the extra GFR. You don't want to allow a 4+, 2+2+ blitz with a Black Orc. Pains me to see a 3+ pass. I know. Orc Chambers the linesman. Orc Linus Surfer. Yeah, well spotted. I'm not really. I mean, he still has a 2-dice block he can take with the warrior, so I think he probably won't leave the surf on. But yeah, I take your point. There's 2 anti-assists and 1 assist, so it's a 1-dice. Yeah, gets the GFI.
Looking very nice.
Looking nice. Takes a 2-dice block here. Yeah, so there's not a chain push here anymore. I guess you don't dodge the Black Orc out. Or you don't dodge away from the Black Orc, I should say. Yeah, just leave him to make a 4+. So he's got a... he does have a hit on the ball with a Lino, but it needs a 3+ dodge and then a 1-dice, which is not the worst. I mean, just a push is actually quite good on that blitz, because it would force your opponent to blitz through you. Porky still has 2 turns, though, so you'd need some real shenanigans to prevent. Ooh, starting off with a juicy pow. I think the Orcs could have won this. I think if they'd have played that previous turn a bit better. Just not. I mean, the sack was well worked out, and they were a bit unlucky not to get an armor break or a better scatter or something, but didn't need to base up so many guys in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, you have to wonder if getting low on the turn timer just was a little bit too much stress, a little bit too much concern.
Yeah, I always think that if the longer you leave it to make your crucial decisions for the turn, the kind of worse they end up being. Like it's better to be like make a few moves, kind of work out the shape of your turn quite quickly within the first minute or so. Because if it gets to like 20 seconds left and you haven't really decided what your play is, your execution skills diminish somewhat. You should definitely move guys to force the score next turn. You don't want to allow Porky to stall. So I want to see some orcs moved into the middle of the pitch at the very least. He could be trying to look for chain pushes and things, but I don't think he has any. You could try the... I think I would do the Lino dodge. Well, first you take a hit on the Chaos Warrior to see if you knock him over. If you don't... Oh, it's still a dodge. It's still a dodge. Yeah, I don't like this. Non-crucial actions. I mean, he's playing for overtime now, the Orcs. I feel like they've given up the... Chug Manmilk would always have done his blitz by 58. Terrifying to watch. Yeah, he has to dodge. I agree. He needs to force the score. I think he's kind of given up on the sack, though. He might just be going for hits here. Playing for the... Get some removals in before overtime. There are some big KO rolls coming up. Oh, no, there's not. There's only one. My bad. Talking shit. There we go. He's got a safety. I mean, how do you milk a cockroach? Sauce? That's the question. Is he going to do the... Is he going to do the blitz? I think he might. 3+5+. It's not bad, is it?
I think you give it a go.
Do we have any Australian members? Gets the dodge.
Both down. Oof.
Both down is good result. No armor break is a bit sad. No scoring threat though, I don't think. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No scoring threat this turn. That is what we call spicy. 3+2+2+5+. 4+. So you might have done enough to win it. The Chaos are not in a good spot here. There's too many orcs that are too near the action. There's maybe a safe pocket if they can pick it up and stall in the bottom, in the back left corner, and then mark kind of those 3 orcs that are in near the middle of the pitch. That's his best hope. It can score with the pass. That's a good point. Thank you, Ornan. I didn't think of that. It would be some GFIs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. GFI pick up and then a 3+ pass. Sorry, 4+ pass. I think he'll just try and pick up and mark these guys though. So blitz this black orc to free up this beast man. And then probably mark this line orc on the corner. And then pick up and then just try and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could even GFI with the warrior to mark this lineman. Yeah, so the orcs got a sack. I don't know if you saw that, Seb. And they got a bit unlucky with the bounce. The Chaos, and they also kind of overcommitted their players a bit and left a kind of potato play for the Chaos, which they duly took. But Hero Line Orc Gorkfak, the line orc, did a bit of a hero play, 4+2+2+, 1 die sack to manage to get the ball on the floor. The huge KO roll. It's a huge KO roll. Will the dirty player guard, wrestle, Beastman be awake for the overtime, which might not even happen?
Yeah, I mean, he might just be asleep forever now.
Yeah. So you can blitz off the floor here, and then so that was better than what I had in mind, because he needs to mark those 2 guys in the middle as best he can, which he can do with Trofagor the Beastman. Oh, going full base here. Good knockdown. Kind of needed that. If you could do 2 GFIs with that warrior. The thing is that he needs to get a scoring threat. Really badly. You don't want to roll any dice at all until you have that scoring threat. So at the very least, he needs to stand up that Beastman. This guy can run in and become the second scoring threat, though. Hey, Springers, thank you for the Prime subscription. I really appreciate it. I don't know how to get the money from that, or what that does, but I gather it didn't cost you anything, which somehow makes it even nicer. 1 on the pickup. Ooh, lucky. I think I would have gone for a second scoring threat before the pickup, but he did get the pickup. The problem is now he can't screen off all... You can't block off all 3 orcs from the ball carrier. So he's leaving a 1 die sack at the very least. Yeah, I saw that you don't do overtime, Seb. Your turn 16 play was pretty interesting. Don't do GFIs, because an armor break would end your tournaments. Move that fucking Beastman, quick. Move him, move him, move him, move him. Ooh, big GFI. Big GFI, and more GFIs of the big variety.
All right, so what do we expect to see here then?
I think that was really good. I think that was probably the best square that Beastman could stand to stop the sack here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a half dice surf with 2 GFIs. Yeah, the 2 guys in the backfield are linemen, so they've only got movement 5, which makes it a bit awkward. Sorry. Yeah, it's a 1-man screen. I mean, it's a pretty impressive screen considering there's only one guy in it. It's a famine potato. Yeah, it's a good basing of Marla, the other line orc. The line orcs are going to be the ones that win this game here. The blitzers have done fuck all.
This is true.
It's pure line orc heroics. You got 4 line orcs just doing their best to stop the score, while the blitzers have just gone absolutely ham on the block dice.
Shows that the extra pay doesn't mean extra skill from the players.
Yeah, there's a 1 die sack with 2 GFIs with the lineman. You could also do a 3+2+ to make that a 2 dice surf. A good player to injure, MNG.
Ooh.
Which makes overtime less good for the chaos. The orcs have really done well on removals, considering they've been facing 4 Claw Mighty Blow this entire time. Yeah, I think you could dodge out. You could do a 1 die surf here. Sorry, a 1 die sack, or you could do a 2 die surf with some dodges and GFIs. I think I'd do the surf. So 3+, You got 4 rerolls, so you may as well burn one on this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Dodge out with the Line Orc and then come in with Bad Track for the score. Sorry, for the Surf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because the sack is 50-50 and there's still a Beastman to recover. I think the Surf's better than the One Die Seb. And I can prove it with maths.
I'm excited to see this proof. I think the Surf is just more fun. So
And the
should
Surf is more
definitely do
fun.
that.
So you've got a GFI, GFI. Or you've got 3 plus dodge, GFI, GFI, GFI. Yeah, my play is better by 4%. So there. With the Surf, you don't know where the ball ends. Yeah, but there's a lot of... Ooh, none of both down. Do you re-roll that? I guess you don't.
I think you take it.
I think you take it. Because, yeah, with Horns, you're not going to be able to stop him blitzing through.
Having a really good think, though. Oh, reroll.
Don't re-roll. I don't think that was the right re-roll choice. It's still not... It's still hard for the Chaos, though. I know. Who would build a Blood Bowl calculator on him? Some sort of crazy weirdo.
I guess you move up TAC-FAC now and maybe dodge out Marlor like you could have done to start with.
Yeah, you can do... I guess what this gives you is you're more likely to end the turn basing the ball carrier. Like 2 GFIs here, and that becomes a really, really difficult score. Because you're looking at some dodges. Yeah. So now it's a 1 die, hope for a knockdown, 4 plus dodge, 3 plus dodge here. My money's on the Orcs, that's for sure.
Panic punching.
Everyone loves a bit of panic punching. So you can surf your own player here, which would be quite funny. That would be a hell of a way to end playoffs. I think you just have to do... Made the blitz target easier.
Would surfing your own player here cause a turnover?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
I mean, if it doesn't, it certainly should.
Oh, no, I was just thinking if it didn't, then the ball scatters into the end zone, you pick it up and win. Jobs are good.
Yeah, so I think the play is blitz with the Beastman against the guard on a 1 die, hope for a knockdown. And then if it is, you've got a 4-3 to score. I don't think you can make that any better unless you're prepared to make dodges. And then if you're prepared to make dodges, you may as well just... Although maybe a 3 plus is better. 6 plus pass. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. 6 plus pass, 5 plus catch. Or so you need to dodge off first maybe and then do the pass. But it'd be a 6 plus pass and then also a 6 plus intercept chance. Yeah, it is a turnover if it goes off the field. Unsurprisingly.
Big decision time. Big thoughts.
Yeah, he needs to go
2 minutes to
diagonally.
go.
He needs to go through Takvak somehow. Porky's probably thinking, how did it come to this? I had so much claw.
Wow.
Ooh, I did see that play. Yeah, I did think about that. That gives him now a 2 dice blitz to free up the path. Are you Ornan with an O or a 0? Because if you're 0 Ornan, I've been pronouncing your name wrong. Well, that doesn't... You can't just type the letter as though I know what that is.
It's a 0.
It's a 0. It is a 0.
Yep.
Zero is skinny. I did think it looked like a 0. Yep. 2 dice splits here. Zeros are skinnier. Blitzing through the middle. Okay. Now he's got some spicy doubles.
Oh, but
he
easy.
makes
Easy
it.
street.
Oh my goodness. Absolute scenes. Didn't even use a reroll. Easy game.
Oh, I was going to go to bed, but we have overtime.
Yep. Mongoose called it. Chaos dice. Just chuck cubes. 0 Ornan. It's an easy to remember nickname because I just have to remember how many Challengers Cups you've won. And the answer is 0.
Alright, so I guess the Orcs get to do a little bit of punching now.
Yeah, and that's the huge KO roll did not come back. Well, you've got to buy in the next round, Ornan. So I know, Alda. I'm just joking. He's by far and away the most decorated coach in all of REBBL. I guess you could argue maybe double Super Bowl winners have got the edge, but yeah, he is the world champ. Lest we forget. So it's going to be a pretty rough round of LOS hits for the Orcs here. And then the crucial kickoff toss. So the Orcs have gone from almost winning it with a little bit better play and a little bit different dice. Perhaps they could have won it already, but they'll still be favoring themselves. Likely having at least probably a 3 or 4 man advantage going into overtime.
Let's see if we can take out a couple of goats. It'd be nice.
He's been trying all game to kill some goats. And he's Kaz 3. KO'd 1. Yeah, exactly, Isambard. Make all of these 3 dice blocks. Don't be lazy. Oh.
Oh.
No. Oh, nothing. Just end turn.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Never. They're like buses. They never come when you want one. Here we go. Clever boy.
Boom.
Just a stun. I'd be tempted to foul these, to be honest, because you already have...
It's worth the risk.
You have such a big advantage already that like a lino for a... If you like get a KO and a send-off, I think that would be worth it, yeah. Don't you?
I don't know. And literally because I don't know enough to know better. But
well, I guess it's just a number. I mean, because you've got such a big advantage. If you can trade 1-for-1 on a foul, for example, like you going down to 10 is less impactful than him going down to 6.
that's true.
If you see what I mean.
Ooh,
World's
there we go.
easiest piling on choice. Everyone, I love a piling on turn 16 or turn 8 when it's the last turn of the half. You're like, finally, a safe piling on.
Definitely positioning for the foul here. Oh, hang on.
No, he's in the 3-die, and then he mighted the foul. It'd be a GFI. No, because he moved the lineman, I don't think he's doing the foul anymore. I mean, he could. GFIs with Orcs, relatively safe if they fall over. Vanity pass here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, doesn't use the reroll. Good man.
You thought of that. That's a moment.
I would have forgotten, and I would have used the reroll.
Yeah, that's a moment when you do that just to troll the casters. Yeah, fouling in overtime. Yeah, KOs in overtime are as good as deads. So someone is choosing what to do. Walking around chose to receive. So this is looking pretty cut and dried. I can't see the Orcs getting a sack attempt at the ball unless they get a blitz on the kickoff event.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for the Orcs.
All right, we need to talk about something else because I think this is going to be quite a grindy overtime.
So a new conversation topic, you mean?
Yeah. What stadium is this? Is it the Dark Elf one? Looks very Dark Elfy. You never really get to look at the stadiums. It's one of the big flaws of the game. Someone bothered to design all these beautiful little mini castle things. Little dudes holding cameras in their underpants. I
do like the look of some of the stadiums in Blood Bowl 3, actually.
Yeah,
some interesting stuff.
I like how they I like how the player models match the tabletop miniatures as well. So I think it'll really improve the feeling that you're playing Blood Bowl if the models are the same. They didn't make very long legs, but they did build a tiny castle that serves no purpose. Or I thought there might be like an Easter egg on one of these gravestones.
Well, on one of the castles they put some of the TV cameras, so I assume that. In fact, yeah, I think.
Is it
can't see it? Yeah.
There appears
cameras with oh no, there are goblins directing them.
There appears to be some sort of oubliette on one of these castles. And then there's a stocks on the other side of it. Whoa. God,
I guess that's so that if you can put somebody in the stocks, but they'll still have a good view of the match.
That is, yeah, must be. Okay. Now this is where you hide the devs, right? On the wanted posters, surely. Or they're just generic. Yeah, we go. There's a dev. I reckon that's a dev. Who's this fucker?
Oh yeah.
Guy on the top left. Who's that guy? I'd totally hang out in this castle. It looks like those castles you got when you were a kid that had like a button that you press and a boulder would fall down. Is that Ornan? If that's Ornan, then props to the developers for putting the world champion in game. Maybe that was one of the rewards for winning the World Cup. Got another one there. Really hard to zoom in on though. They've got a big bell that above the KO box doesn't appear to do. Do they use a bell in the game at all? They probably should. They use a whistle. Yeah, so Cabal Vision is the horse and cart thing.
I guess the bell is the bell that rings when a player's knocked out.
Yes, yeah. Maybe you're right.
Although it doesn't seem to have a clapper now that I'm looking at one of the bells.
Oh. Details. So we've got a... I'm going to call this the lunchbox setup, because the Chaos look like they're in a little lunchbox. Walking around, get a 4th reroll, despite not having the fame. Do they have a coach? Do they have an assistant coach? +1 coaching assistant walking around. Confused. Is that
they do?
I don't know. That's what it says in the dice log. Maybe they do.
I actually don't know what assistant coaches do. I've never had one before.
They give you +1 to kick off certain kickoff events.
Oh.
I think if you roll a 6 or if you roll a 6 or an 8, it gives you a cheerleader or a cheerleader modified reroll or a coaching assistant modified reroll. What's happened since the TD? Nothing has happened since the TD. We've had... Yeah, we all had pi. Alright, I'm going to do my digits of pi, but from memory. 3.141519265358979323264338327995, I think.
That is very impressive.
I
But
could have
also,
just been reading that. I
was gonna say, it's also,
off the screen.
it's also, as far as I'm concerned, unverifiable, but I'm still impressed.
I can turn on my webcam and share both of my monitors, and have my hands above my above the screen, like on camera, so you can't see a phone or anything.
Unnecessary. The word of Blood Bowl Dave is good enough for me.
Shouldn't be, but it is. Yeah, Orc's getting the kick equity here. 4 rerolls. I could have been prepping for the last 45 minutes. That's true. No, I just memorized it when I was at university one day, because that's how cool I was at uni.
I needed to do something before Neighbours came on the TV.
So the Chaos have successfully dodged a blitz, I think you can say. Neighbours is an Australian soap. Springdingus.
I have to assume was more popular in the UK than it was in Australia.
Yeah.
That might not be true.
I think it was popular in both places. I keep wanting to kill you Springus rather than Springdingus. Oh, you're making a sexy joke. Oh, gross. Right, pick up the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can even vanity pass. You would be mad to do so, but you could do it.
Here we go.
He's not going to vanity pass, surely. Not when there's a 4+3+2 dice on that guy.
This is a development game.
Going for the foul. Love it. Just a stunt. Someone get the spray. Michael's is getting It's getting frisky. So we'll have a good claw hit here, but they've not been doing anything for him since the start of the game.
Oh, but they have to eventually. It must happen.
Well, yeah. Eventually. It'll all average out over time, but he needs them right now is the problem. It is very brave. I can sort of see the logic. In a fight, you might imagine... Could reroll that. Needs the removals now. Yeah, he goes for it. Could even see a piling on here. Could see a piling on. Oh. He risked all and lost.
I wonder if that's going to be another cheeky little foul.
It's not necessarily a loss, but yeah, I think Porky felt like he had to make something happen. And to be fair, he probably did. Like, if you can't defend for 8 turns with 8 players, realistically.
That's not been my experience. Definitely doesn't work.
It wouldn't have been my first choice of Blitz. It's also off to the side as well. Maybe in the center. It was alright. It just like results based analysis. I think the reason that was okay was because in order to win this game, he knows he needs to get lucky. And if you know you need to get lucky, then you should take every opportunity to get lucky, which means going for greedy plays, piling on, using greed rerolls, because that's the only way that he thinks he can win. Because if you're just waiting around for a quad skull, and the orcs meanwhile are just grinding down the pitch, then you'll be here a long time. But yeah, lots of reprisal hits here on the Chaos. Armor 9 has been doing a job for these Chaos boys, but the Beastmen have not been holding up so well. Yeah, maybe Mongoose, but if he gets a Kaz this turn, and then he gets a Kaz next turn, and then he gets a Kaz a turn after that, you know, that's what he's thinking. That's what he's planning for. Like, you should play the game as though you're going to win it. You shouldn't just play out a 2-1 loss. I mean, it was still quite aggressive. I don't think it was necessarily the right, in quotation marks. I still don't think it was necessarily the right play. It was very aggressive. Burned one of his 2 rerolls, but he's trying to make something happen. Better to burn out and fade away, or something. Yeah, I think the problem with like relying on Claw is it hasn't been working so far, and it's very easy for the orcs to just take a flank, and then you don't have enough players to really stop them. Yeah, thank you, Ornan. Right mentality, wrong execution. I agree with what Ornan said. I agree with a lot of what Ornan has said so far this game.
0 Ornan.
0 Ornan. Poor man. So trying to guard lock the Chaos on the left hand side. I don't think we'll see a foul unless it's with a line orc with dodges off. But you really, really, really would love to foul that killer.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But yeah, I think dwarves are famously easygoing. They're just like, you know, that's why they all have like Rastafarian accents. Just chilling out all the time.
Yeah, and they have that thing, the Book of Compliments, right?
Yeah, the big book of compliments, where they list all of the compliments they wanna say to their friends. This is sounding like a Terry Pratchett version of fantasy races. Oh, he does have another spare line orc actually. So I'm 99.9% sure we'll see a foul here. Lovely 4 assists, possibly 5 assists foul.
Oh, we were talking about mutations earlier. Do races that don't normally have mutation access have like mutation models in case you make custom? You make a custom team or something.
I don't think so. I think the skill categories are locked down, as it were. I don't think you can give skills from other categories to players that can't normally have them.
Okay. I was just thinking. I was trying to imagine a dwarf with very long legs.
Yeah. Well, you could have a chaos dwarf with very long legs, right?
Yeah.
But no, they don't.
But of course,
they don't have very long legs. Or maybe they do, but they just go into the ground a long way. Didn't love that reroll, even with 4. Just a stun. He needs more than stuns. He's got only 6 players to act this turn. Oh, frustration here, piling on. Completely unnecessary piling on. Giving up more potential field position here. Dick arms. What's dick arms?
I don't know if I want to know, but I'm hoping Michaels explains it.
Questions that I probably shouldn't ask. It's not a skill in the game, Michaels. You can't talk like it's a thing everyone knows what it is.
Or what it's supposed to achieve.
Yeah. Very easy for the orcs to form a sideline cage or a full cage of sorts.
Yeah.
In the chaos half here. Feels like the chaos kind of given up the game a bit.
Or maybe just build a cage around all the chaos.
Yeah, maybe. I think he'll just form a cage sort of thing.
Yeah, I think so. Run Trahag up. Run the ball up.
Not the player I thought he'd take that hit with. So it looks like he's maybe just not advancing very far this turn.
Well, now he's got 2 players freed up for a sideline cage if he wants to do that.
I wouldn't do a sideline cage. I think the risk of a 6+ sack, a 6+ surf, is too great. You don't really need to give it up.
Oh, fair enough.
There might be a surf of sorts here if he's prepared to roll some crazy dice. Not surf, sorry, a sack. He's within range of the strength 5. Hasn't used his blitz yet. Blitzing with Pom off the floor. Oh, he's leveled his Pommer.
Oh, nice.
That's going to be handy.
Well, not nice, but still cool.
Yeah, good to get Juggernaut on this team, I think.
That ball feels fairly safe.
It does, yeah. Yeah, as soon as a team like Orcs gets an advantage in numbers, with all the guard that they have, it's very, very difficult to like swing the momentum back. Because they can just put their guard in really awkward spots, prevent you even getting 2 dies a lot of the time. Score on a Black Orc. He could. He's got a lot of turns and lots of rerolls. Does he have anyone close to leveling? I mean, you might be in a position where you don't want the Black Orcs to level anymore. Because they've already got Block, Guard, Mighty Blow on all 3 of them. All 4 of them. Yeah, I think I'd just score on the thrower. Well, that's double skull.
That's the last reroll.
Last reroll. Yeah, he's just going full on murder. Not getting anything for it though.
No, wow, no.
Well, I think Porky did well to equalise. He was up against it with the way the second half removals went for the Orcs. Yeah, hopefully we have a nice quick Orc turn and then I can go to sleep.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Ooh. We should do like tag team casts where as soon as the Americans wake up, they could like take over.
Oh, that's a great idea. Double the size of your casting team.
Yeah, just like tag them in.
I guess for the sake of simplicity, the streamer would just leave their computer going.
Yeah, but then they wouldn't be able to end the stream unless they were awake.
True.
You could like give someone like admin powers on your stream, and then they could end it.
Or you could do a handover raid, maybe.
True. But then the whole VOD will be all split over 2 different.
Oh yeah.
2 different games. So
it's almost like this isn't the optimal way to do a stream.
Almost. So protect the ball carrier before you roll your hits. Don't roll a quad skull with the ball carrier being exposed like this.
Please move, Egnast.
Please, please.
Yes,
please.
there we go.
There we go. Clever boy. Still pretty exposed to a blitz from the back, but unlikely to be on his feet by the end of the turn. Safe moves last.
So yeah, no deaths in this game, and I think the worst injury was just a miss next game on one of the better Chaos players.
Yeah, there was a death that got appoed on a line orc. Why don't I put the screens over? Yeah. Ooh, chain push. Spicy. I think when you get to this point of a game, Substar, it's quite easy to switch off a bit and just sort of take some slightly less optimal hits, because barring crazy dice, you've already won. It's hard to like concentrate for 2.5 hours when particularly like it's a point where you would mentally relax.
The most dangerous part of the game.
Yeah, the strength 5 has got a 4+3+ shot around the back, which I'm sure Dalinar is aware of. He's got 2 dice, but if you get to push here, he's actually in a bit of a pickle.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Yeah, he's still got another push. Got a 1 dice with this line orc, or he can blitz off the floor. We do still have a game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's not even that hard. It is a power fish, unfortunately. No tackle on Worm Spine Lip.
Oh no!
Game is live.
No bedtime.
Unfortunately, Porky is out of rerolls. I think he probably was regretting both of those rerolls that he's already made. I mean, there is a world where you get a sack and then the Orcs never manage to recover because they only have Agi 3. Oh no, they've got an Agi 4 Blitzer. I hope he goes for the sack here.
Here we go.
Ooh, there's the dodge. There's the jiffy. There's the pow. Here we go, boys. It's going to be a long one. We're going to start some sort of horrendous bun fight over the ball now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, KO as good as death in overtime. He still has the Agi 4. Great bounce for the Orcs. Beastman is within range though.
Yeah, can make life difficult.
He's thinking now. He's thinking, why did I roll all those shit dice earlier? Reroll all those things I didn't need to reroll. Oh, he's oh yes! Come on, chaos. It's not trivial. The Orcs are very much out of position, needing GFIs to get any support, really.
Yeah, nice having the tentacle player up there. That's really nice.
Yeah, tentacles is gonna do work potentially. You can't even 2+ dodge off reliably because of tents. Yeah, it is a bit deserved, isn't it? Sloppy. Didn't need to take those hits on the Chaos Warrior. I mean, he should be fine. The Orcs should be fine. They have the numbers. They can regroup. Turn 22. They can try and mop up, pick up the ball. Should be fine.
But Blood Bowl is not a game of should be fine.
That's true.
Blood Bowl is a game of oh no, oh no, oh no.
You see, the unfortunate thing is when you do this as the Orc coach, you get punished so rarely. You just know the Orc's going to be fine here. So he's freed up a Lionel for a GFI to get an assist somewhere.
I guess you want an assist on the warrior, right? To get him to push him away at the very least.
You'd need 2 assists.
True.
So I think do frenzy from the strength 5? There's no frenzy on the pitch. What are you talking about?
Oh no, just to move him away. Just to move him away, so that the AG4.
I'm talking to Seb. Yeah, no.
Oh, sorry.
That would be a war. You need 2 assists for that. Seb's saying, do you dodge? Yeah, you definitely try and dodge from the strength 5 because if the tentacles procs, it's not a turnover. Just a push. That player would love stand firm, but unfortunately they're already legend. Yeah,
terrible shame.
You would love to have blitz the Beastman. Oh, undeserved 1-die pow there. That guy is now very much irrelevant for the next turn at least, you would think. So you can GFI your Orc, blitz with the Agi 4, pick up with the Agi 4, run away a bit. No justice. Four-3 win. 3-2 win. Yeah. He'll blitz though. Big armor break. Now you can just pick up and run away. You're safe, so you've got a guaranteed win as long as you make the pick up here.
Lovely.
Well played, sir. Congrats. Still needs to run away a bit. That warrior, man, warriors have such a good stat line, don't they? 5, 4, 3, and 3, 9. Agi 3s kind of busted.
They are pretty nice. Pretty nice.
It's like as good as a human lineman or a human blitzer or something. They are made of stats. Exactly.
Stats and tentacles.
Stats and tentacles and long legs that you can't actually see.
Yeah, where's that leap warrior?
Leap would be pretty good on a warrior. You could leap very long legs. 3+ leaps. I'm contemplating taking leap on my strength 5 wolf if they get legend. There's a skill. Reroll, pow.
Just using those rerolls. Happy as can be.
Yep. Well, GG's. Hopefully, I mean, the Chaos will definitely take a pot shot on a good player here, but the win is secured.
Well, who's a good target here? Maybe the Black Orc at the bottom, Galga Smash T.
That hit with the Line Orc, if it was just a push, then he could base with the Chaos Warrior. Because where he is, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He could have based with the Chaos Warrior there, if the Line Orc hadn't gotten knocked down. Alright, GG's, both coaches.
Yeah, GG. What a match.
Yeah, it was Tale of Claw not really doing that much this game. And the Orcs grinding it out. Saw for the foul. People never like do 3 turns worth of fouling on a dead team in playoffs. I think they should. I very much considered fouling Spartacus in my game, but I couldn't make the ball safe, and I just wanted to end the game with the win, just in case something crazy happens. Good MVP for the Orcs. They'll have a level to choose from for next game, and yeah. So they've got a lot of armor breaks, the Rebel Mutants. They just didn't get very many KAs or KOs, just a lot of stuns. I don't really like looking at the dice log. It doesn't really tell you anything, in my opinion. But congrats to Dalinar. I hope he has good fortune in the rest of the competition. He's into the quarterfinals. That's exciting.
That is very exciting.
Well,
Do we have any more matches tonight, or is it just you tomorrow for the next one?
I couldn't see on the calendar there were any others. I think it's just mine. I'm not even on the calendar. Oh, gutted.
Wow.
Yeah. The calendar wizards have not been at work. Yeah, I'm playing at 8 o'clock tomorrow. 8 UTC. Yeah. Cheers, Spring Dingus. It's been a pleasure. And thank you for co-casting with me, Danger Side.
Oh, thank you for having me. My pleasure.
No worries. I'll see if anyone's streaming. There's usually someone streaming. Chuck them a raid. Let's chuck them a raid. Let's chuck Trunk the Shiny. We encountered an unexpected error. What?
System saying, who is this Trunk the Shiny you speak of?
There we go. I wonder if it was case sensitive. Anyway, thanks guys. Speak you later.